Taran Holt had never expected to be a hero. He was an ordinary human, traveling through the stars in his small research ship, cataloging strange planets. But when his ship's navigation system malfunctioned, he crash-landed on a world unlike any he had ever seen, a glowing, green-hued planet named Virilia. As he stumbled out of his ship, he was met by strange, small creatures with bright, shimmering eyes. They were humanoid, yet clearly alien, with translucent skin and delicate limbs. Taran quickly realized that he had entered a town completely inhabited by these beings. They spoke in a melodic tone that he could barely understand, but their gestures were friendly. He was welcomed by the town's leader, an elder named Leora. She explained, with simple signs and broken common language, that their town had been struck by a mysterious disaster decades ago. Many of the males of the species had vanished, leaving the town without fathers. Over the years, the alien women had grown older, and the children needed guidance and protection. Taran felt sympathy, but he never imagined what would happen next. Leora led him to a large hall filled with hundreds of alien children. Their eyes, wide and curious, followed his every move. "You, father?" Leora asked hesitantly, pointing to him and then to the children. Taran froze. "Father," he repeated, confused. "Yes, father," Leora said, her voice trembling. "You, father all." He laughed nervously, thinking it was a joke. "All of them? That's impossible. I just arrived." But as the days passed, Taran noticed something strange. Whenever he helped the children, healed their minor injuries, or even smiled at them, they responded with an unusual energy, almost glowing. The elders explained that the Virilians had a biological bond that connected children to the father who first cared for them, even if only briefly. Somehow, Taran had become the biological anchor for the entire town. At first, Taran was overwhelmed. He had never wanted children, and certainly not hundreds of alien kids. But their innocence and trust tugged at his heart. He began to teach them small lessons: how to build simple machines, how to communicate with the outside universe, and even how to read human symbols. For the first time in his life, Taran felt needed, respected, and loved. One evening, while exploring the town archives, Taran discovered something that made his stomach twist. Old holographic records showed that the previous father had vanished mysteriously, leaving the town in despair. But the records also revealed a startling fact: the Virilians were not just missing their fathers, they could only survive long-term if bonded to a human male. Taran sat in silence, absorbing the weight of this revelation. He was not just a visitor. He was a lifeline. Every child, every adult, depended on him now for survival. The realization was frightening, but also humbling. Days turned into weeks, and Taran's bond with the Virilians grew deeper. He learned their language, shared stories of Earth, and even helped the town improve its defenses against natural disasters. The alien town thrived under his care, but Taran could not shake one thought: could he ever leave? Then, one night, Leora approached him with a solemn expression. "Human, secret," she said. "Other worlds, no. They come." Taran understood immediately. Other alien civilizations might see Virilia's unique bond as a weapon or a prize. He had to protect the town, but he was only one human against countless possibilities. Panic mixed with determination in his mind. The next morning, a fleet of strange ships appeared above the town. Taran had only moments to act. He gathered the children and the elders, instructing them on evacuation and protection measures. Using his knowledge of human technology and the town's unique biological energy, he created shields that no alien could penetrate. The invaders were forced to retreat, baffled by the unexpected defense. After the attack, Taran stood at the town's central plaza, looking at the hundreds of faces now shining with gratitude and hope. He realized he had become more than just a father, he was their protector, teacher, and heart. And for the first time, Taran accepted the truth: he was no longer just a visitor. Virilia was now his home, and these alien children were truly his family. Years later, travelers from other worlds would speak of a human who lived among the Virilians, guiding and protecting an entire town. Taran's name became a legend, a symbol of what one person could do when they embraced responsibility, love, and courage. And Taran? He never regretted it for a single moment. Every laugh, every question, every tiny hand reaching for his own reminded him that life's greatest surprises often came when you least expected them, and that sometimes, the most shocking discoveries were also the most rewarding.